And after that, we will have a closing program for these 3 days. So the Secretary General of SEAFDEC would come by that time. Now listen carefully. You already have strategies. Whether it is sexy or not sexy never mind. But next step, you select 2 strategies of any goals. If they are not written well, then you refine it based on our comment and suggestion. Refine it, and after you select and refine the strategy, 2 strategies, you identify how you measure that your strategy will be achieved, or we are identifying the object to measure the achievement at the strategy level. Okay, so each strategies will have maybe 2 to 5 indicators, but this one is at the lower level. The indicators later on will help you to do the action. We don't do action now, no, not today, but we need only what is the indication to achieve the strategies. So select 2 strategies of any goal, make it nice as based on incorporate our comment and suggestion, and tell us how we going to measure the achievement of the strategies. Okay, and then make the final presentation today based on the computer again. Okay, sir, you can do.
Another indicator is providing the guideline and supporting material of the alternative livelihood to provide and deliver to the relevant stakeholder. And the second strategy is to enhance coordination and cooperation mechanism with the stakeholder. We are going to conduct coordination mechanism. That is, I think, very important. And another indicator is the fully involvement of the relevant stakeholder. For example, from the government agency, as also the participant from the local community, also very important. And the number, because we are going to conduct some meeting, so the indicator can be the meeting report process. And finally, after the meeting, we will provide the agreement between the private sector or the fishery, the shore fishery operator. We will make the agreement, and that's.
For once, I don't have much to say. I quite like what I'm seeing. Definitely more
solid.
What's the word you used earlier? Sexy.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have no big comments. It looks quite solid. I mean,
so this is how it looks after the second round, the refinement. So we see something very solid. Agreement could be MOU. So the MOU that's signed between the operators and also the government. So it's the strategies that we have to achieve the goal of the economics, or which goal is this?
Management plan.
Management plan.
Governance.
Right. Okay, big hands to Vietnam team. Next one is Thailand.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now I choose 2 goals. One goal, sustainable fishery ecosystem service. Our indicator, first, percentage of change maybe about production catch per unit of fishing export or CPUE or bycatch. And second, percent follow of the stakeholder follow the law or legal measure. Yes. The strategy we should increase awareness of stakeholders to participate in sustainable fishery management under Thai Marine Fishery Master Plan. Of stakeholder participate, and second percent change maybe in the production cat CPUE and bycatch. Want to we select decentralized fishery management to support bycatch reduction in enhance one decision making to local people, maybe percent or number participate, and second administrative setup means main number of organization, maybe one province, one organization, and indicator 3 participation is about percent raw or legal orientation and leadership. We should strategically establish local organization to review fish stock harmonize to the Thai Marine Fishery Master Plan. For this strategy indicator, number of organization and second production chain.
Just one comment, and I think it also applies to Vietnam. The EAFM that we've been doing the training in at the local level, we can actually say that's an indicator. If implementation of an EAFM plan would be an indicator towards decentralized fisheries management at the local level. So this is the idea that actually just by having a plan, an agreed plan, going through the process, having a plan agreed and implementing, we can use as an indicator of progress towards decentralized fisheries management. I don't think either Vietnam or Thailand have picked that up yet, but it's something we can continue with next week.
All right. The strategic indicators that I could see, to some extent, I can live with them. The stakeholders, the percentage, the number of participation but it's still too soft to me to be a very solid. For example, like number of the organization that participating in the trout fishery management. Number is nothing. Number is just number, right? So if we count the number, it's not so meaningful, right? We never know whether they participate actively or inactively. So we need to find some very solid indicator for participation. But we can live with it in the meantime, no problem. But the idea is that this has to be very solid and be able to sell your indicators. Okay? Big hands for Thailand. Next one, Indonesia, Bababu.
Effective GEFs. And the second indicator, maybe.
So second?
This is for improved quality of fisheries product. Reach or more than country minimum payment rate. And the second is number of sales of this product.
Economics, okay. So Rick Sunny, I think the first indicator about number of trawl operators using selective gear. This to me is interesting because they're starting using it means that the fishers start practicing it. So it's kind of the outcome indicator. So it's good because if we just count the number of the operator, it doesn't mean anything. But when they start practicing it, that's perhaps is a very good indication of something right. Okay, the rest are fine.
Yeah, if incorporated the EAFM concept into this, you can see the second strategy incorporate EAFM building into consensus with stakeholders. So this is written into the strategy of the Indonesian project, and this is what I think we'd like to see in several of the countries, because it's all the indicators and everything are within the
Big hands for Indonesia.
For first, we have the responsibilities defined, recognized, and performed. Third, then management measures formulated and agreed. For the second strategy, we have here the indicators. Letter A, science-based information, local knowledge, and relevant informations are available. B, aligned interests and options are defined. Then C, the conflict, animosity among stakeholders, groups identified and resolved.
Yeah.
That's all for the Philippines.
Yeah, I think, yes, that's a real key indicator.
True. Yes.
This reduction in conflict
Right.
is excellent.
Yeah. Very clear, and I think it's in line with the goals and strategies. So this is the key indicators. So thanks, Pinoy's team. Okay, last but not least, PNG.
And we haven't changed our strategy.
It's okay.
Yeah, the strategy is there because we throw a lot of support to push for this to sustain the fishing industry. So our indicators, as you see, MSC certification process.
Okay.
Why is there? Because we've already negotiated with the PNG FA and BNA for certifying PNG trawl fishery products, and we've already done pre-assessment of it, and it's like almost say in terms of percentage, yeah, 45% maybe complete, and then we're waiting for the recommendation for MSC certification, and then after they recommend, we hope to have approval process granted for us to participate in the international market. And last, we hope to diversify the market so we have a bigger various countries, various markets.
Right.
Yeah, I think that is all.
These three becoming like the objectives or object or action that we will achieve that object will be accomplished if we do this. So for me, I don't think these are the indicator, but it's a process or action to achieve. If we are clear of indicator, the action is coming already. You don't need to think of anything. No need to sit down and rethink. See, automatically. I see they have two indicators only. One is completion of the compliance with this certification. Second example, that if we are clear about the indicators, action is no problem. If we are clear about what we expect to achieve, action is no problem. So we have to be clear on what we want to be, then the action will come automatically. All right? So with this, your presentation, very nice presentation. I was very happy with the presentation and improvement that you have made. I would like to conclude my part with three alignment means we have to look many dimensions, many angles, whether remix, GEF, local agencies, SEAFDEC, so that we can make alignment. It's just the energy and time that we have to take a look what are the goals that we have to consider so that we align with them. So that is all about the result-based management. The alignment will not only be the alignment of goals and objectives, but even the indicators. If we do not align with the indicators, we do not know where we are walking to. So alignment to me is the key success factor of the result-based management. The second one, we have to be very strategic, meaning that what we are doing so far from today until 2 years or 1.5 years from now is have to be only in this domain. We can't wait. We can't just stop and solve the problem. We have to forget them and make aggressive and do things different. Because it is now is the time that we have to proceed. It's not the time to just step on the same point, right? So we have to be strategic that way. But the way that we have to strategic is have to be professional way. We approach in a professional manner. We negotiate in professional manner, and we agree in a very compassionate manner. That is the strategic is all about. The number 3 is doing more with less. We can have thousands of indicators, but select few that can show our achievement more. 80%, 20% rule. We work out 20% of the indicators, but that can show the achievement of 80% of the RIBICS CTI. So, doing more with less. My last bit, consensus. Otherwise, we have to forget engagement of the stakeholders. I thank you very much for all participation during these 3 days. I learned a lot from you. You are very fantastic participant, and I enjoyed a lot. Thanks a lot.